Introduction, the art of enduring with strength. Life is not a straight path. It bends, breaks, and rebuilds us through every trial we face. The Stoics understood this better than anyone. They believed that peace is not the absence of struggle but the mastery of it. To live well is not to escape pain, but to rise above it, to remain calm when the world shakes, to act with virtue when chaos reigns, and to hold fast to wisdom when others lose themselves to emotion. Stoicism is not cold detachment, it is warmth in the face of adversity, the quiet strength that comes from knowing that while you cannot control the world, you can always control yourself. In this video, we invite you to journey through 12 timeless Stoic lessons, principles that have guided philosophers, warriors, and thinkers for centuries. These are not abstract ideas but practical tools for the modern soul seeking stillness in a noisy world. Each lesson is a mirror, reflecting how you respond to the uncontrollable and reminding you that true power lies not in changing others, but in mastering your own mind. Stay with us until the end, for each lesson builds upon the next, crafting a complete armor for your inner world. And as always, we at Sculpted Grace welcome you to share your reflections below and join us on this path toward wisdom, peace, and strength. Lesson 1: You cannot control the world, only yourself. The Stoics taught that peace begins when we accept the limits of our control. Life will bring storms, unexpected losses, and betrayal. But the only thing that truly belongs to us is our response. Imagine standing on a shore as the waves crash violently against the rocks. Your power lies not in stopping the tide but in standing firm despite it. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. When we cling to the illusion of control, frustration and anger grow. But when we release it, serenity follows. In your daily life, this might mean accepting a failed plan without resentment, a harsh word without retaliation, or a delay without irritation. The practice is simple but profound. Pause, breathe, and ask yourself, is this within my control? If not, let it go. This is not weakness, it is wisdom. You cannot stop others from being cruel, but you can stop yourself from being consumed by their cruelty. That is the essence of Stoic freedom, the power to remain unmoved by what is beyond your reach. Lesson 2: Embrace discomfort, it is the path to growth. Comfort weakens the will, adversity strengthens it. Seneca believed that luxury makes the soul fragile, while challenge makes it resilient. When you willingly expose yourself to discomfort, whether through physical training, restraint, or facing hard truths, you build the mental muscles needed for endurance. Think of a blacksmith forging steel. Without the fire, the blade would never be sharp. Try small acts of voluntary discomfort. Wake earlier, fast occasionally, practice patience in delay. Each act teaches the mind to detach from immediate pleasure and endure temporary pain. The Stoics practiced this deliberately so that when real hardship arrived, they were prepared. Discomfort is not your enemy, it is your greatest teacher, reminding you that strength and peace are born from the same forge. Lesson 3: Memento mori, remember you will die. The Stoics never feared death, they saw it as the natural conclusion of life's cycle. Memento mori, remember that you will die, was not a grim warning but a call to live more fully. Each morning could be your last sunrise, each conversation your last chance to speak kindness, each action your final legacy. Awareness of mortality sharpens our focus and clarifies what truly matters. Think of how much time we waste on trivial arguments, jealousy, or regret. When you remember your impermanence, all that fades. You begin to live intentionally, to love deeply, act courageously, and forgive swiftly. Epictetus reminded his students, "You are immortal. Do not act as though you were meant to live forever. Every moment you are alive is a moment to live with purpose and integrity. Let death remind you to live, not to fear." Lesson 4. The obstacle is the way. Marcus Aurelius famously said, "What stands in the way becomes the way." To a Stoic, every obstacle carries within it the seed of opportunity. When life blocks your path, it's not a signal to stop, it's an invitation to grow stronger. The broken road teaches patience, failure teaches resilience, rejection teaches self-reliance. The Stoics did not see problems as punishments but as pathways to mastery. When you lose a job, face heartbreak, or fall short of your goals, pause and ask, "What lesson is this teaching me?" Instead of fighting the obstacle, transform it into fuel. The challenge itself becomes the training ground for your soul. The one who accepts difficulty not only survives but thrives. Your obstacles are not barriers, they are blueprints for your evolution. Lesson 5. Control your emotions, do not let them control you. The Stoics were not emotionless, they simply refused to be enslaved by emotion. Anger, envy, fear, all are natural, but if left unchecked, they cloud judgment and corrode peace. Think of emotion as a wild horse, you can ride it to strength or let it throw you into chaos. The Stoic path is to guide emotion with reason. When you feel anger rising, do not speak immediately. When jealousy stirs, do not act. Step back, observe your feelings as if they belong to someone else, and choose a measured response. Seneca wrote, "He who is angry is always punished by himself." Remember this, mastery over emotion is not suppression, it is command. You are not a slave to your impulses. You are their ruler. Lesson 6. Focus on virtue, not success. The Stoics believed that the only true good is virtue, living with wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Success, wealth, and fame are indifferent, they have no moral value unless used for good. To live virtuously is to live aligned with reason and integrity, regardless of outcome. You cannot always win, but you can always do what is right. When you act with virtue, failure loses its sting, and success no longer defines you. A Stoic would rather fail with honor than triumph through deceit. In your work, relationships, and ambitions, focus on how you act, not on what you gain. A clear conscience is worth more than any reward. The measure of a person is not what they achieve, but who they are when no one is watching. Lesson 7. Expect misfortune and prepare for it. The Stoics practiced premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. This meant imagining possible hardships, loss, illness, betrayal, so that they would not be crushed when those events arrived. This is not pessimism but preparation. When you expect that life will test you, you become unbreakable. Each morning, reflect on what might challenge you today. A rude remark, an unexpected loss, a delay, none of these can harm your peace unless you let them. By anticipating life's unpredictability, you strengthen your mind against surprise. Like a sailor who studies storms before they come, you will find calm not because the sea is gentle, but because you are ready. Lesson 8: Do not be ruled by the opinions of others. We live in a world obsessed with approval, but the Stoics warned that chasing validation is a trap. Epictetus said, "If you wish to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." True freedom is indifference to public opinion. When your worth depends on praise, you are enslaved to others' judgment. Ask yourself, do you act for your own principles or to please the crowd? The Stoic chooses virtue over popularity, truth over applause. Criticism cannot wound you when you know who you are, and flattery cannot corrupt you when you seek no approval. Live as if the only observer of your life is your own conscience. That is real freedom. Lesson 9: Let go of what you cannot keep. Everything in life is temporary: wealth, youth, love, even the people we cherish. The Stoic accepts this not with despair but with gratitude. To cling is to suffer, to appreciate and release is to live in peace. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, "Soon you will have forgotten all things, and all things will have forgotten you." This was not meant to depress him, but to keep him humble and thankful. When a season of your life ends, when a friendship fades, or when fortune changes, remember, it was never truly yours to keep. Appreciate what once was, bless it, and move forward. Detachment does not mean indifference, it means loving without possession, giving without expectation, and living without fear of loss. That is true serenity. Lesson 10: Practice gratitude in every moment. Gratitude is the antidote to discontent. The Stoics believed that happiness does not come from having more but from wanting less. When you learn to see abundance in what you already have, the grip of desire loosens. Seneca wrote, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for what he has not, but rejoices in what he has." Each day, take a moment to recognize something simple yet profound: a breath of air, a meal, a friend's kindness. Gratitude transforms ordinary moments into blessings and hardships into teachers. You cannot control fortune, but you can always control appreciation. The grateful mind is unshaken by loss because it has already learned to see the good in all things. Lesson 11: Live according to nature. For the Stoics, to live according to nature meant to live in harmony with reason and the world around you. It means accepting life as it unfolds, acting justly, and aligning your actions with the greater order of existence. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. The Stoic, like the river, flows rather than resists. In practice, This means embracing simplicity, humility, and patience. When faced with frustration, ask yourself, am I resisting what simply is? The seasons change, people come and go, plans fail, but all are part of nature's rhythm. When you align yourself with that rhythm, you no longer fight against life. You become part of it. Lesson 12, Amor Fati, love your fate. The highest Stoic ideal is amor fati, to love your fate. It is not enough to accept what happens, you must embrace it as if you chose it. Every joy, every sorrow, every loss has shaped you into who you are. Nothing is wasted. Even suffering, when faced with courage, refines the soul. Nietzsche, inspired by the Stoics, wrote, "My formula for greatness is amor fati, to want nothing, to be different, not forward, not backward, not in all eternity." This practice transforms adversity into gratitude. When plans fail, see it as guidance. When relationships end, see it as redirection. The Stoic does not curse fate, they honor it. To love your fate is to trust that everything unfolds exactly as it should, and that each moment, even the painful ones, is part of your growth. That is the final mastery of peace. Conclusion: the Stoic path to inner freedom. Each of these 12 lessons forms a piece of the same whole, a philosophy not of retreat, but of strength. The Stoics teach us that life will always be unpredictable, that people will fail us, and that pain is inevitable. But within that chaos lies an unshakable peace available to anyone willing to look inward. The world does not owe us ease, but we owe ourselves understanding. By practicing these principles, control, virtue, gratitude, and acceptance, we build a fortress within that no betrayal, loss, or storm can ever destroy. So, as you leave today, remember, life will test you, but you are built to endure. The Stoics did not seek to escape life, they sought to live it fully, fearlessly, and wisely. If this message resonates with you, join us at Sculpted Grace, like, comment, and share your reflections. Together, we walk the path toward calm, strength, and timeless grace. Stay steadfast, stay serene, and remember, the greatest victory is mastery over yourself.